Hi, welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. So far in The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, we are once again a reincarnation of Link. This time after a unprecedented, unstated, I don't know, an amount of time that is not said. After the events of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, specifically the adult timeline, which is what connects to this game, Link, a 17-year-old kid, defeated Ganon and sealed part of his soul inside of the Master Sword. Basically sealed the part that gives Ganon his power. However, after a certain amount of time after Link from Ocarina of Time passed away, Ganon returned and started to take over Hyrule once again, but this time in a ghostly, shadowy, smoky presence. He started to take over Hyrule, and in a last-ditch effort, with the Master Sword sealed within Hyrule Castle, flooded the entirety of Hyrule and stored Hyrule Castle inside of a bubble of time underneath the waves. So now, the entirety of Hyrule is flooded, and all that's left is the very tippy-top peaks of mountains, which is where the remainder of humanity is remaining. There are Zora, Goron, so on and so forth around. Zora are now Rito, though. They've evolved into bird people. So all of, like, the mainstays are still around, but they're limited to a very itty-bitty little place to stay. The beginning of the game started with a bird stealing away our sister, Link's sister. He very rarely has siblings, but in this game he does. And we had to save her, which led us basically down a domino trail of realizing that Tetra, a leader of the pirates, was actually Princess Zelda, who is now underneath the waves in Hyrule Castle hiding from Ganon. We learned that we were the hero, reincarnation of the hero, as I said. We gained the Master Sword, we took it out, which unleashed Ganon's soul, which gave him his full power, so we unintentionally gave him his full power. And now we've been going on this weird quest to charge up our Jo crystal inside the Master Sword so that we could once again take down Ganon and continue the cycle, I guess. We've also met up with the King of Red Lions, who is our boat, who is actually the King of Hyrule, but in a boat. So now we are exploring the world in an effort to complete. For those of you watching the VOD, for you watching the stream, you're going to have to suffer. For those of you watching the VOD, this VOD in particular is going to be mostly collection. We're going to be doing all the side quest stuff. I've decided that I'm not going to 100% the game, but we're gonna do as much as we can. We're not doing the photos because I don't care. We're not doing the photos because I don't care, and we're not doing the little loot circles that are around. We'll do the glowing ones that are linked to the treasure maps. Whoops. We'll do the little ones that are linked to the treasure maps, the treasure charts, right? We're doing these, but we're not doing the not glowing ones. So we're doing that. But we're doing mostly 100%. We're doing most of it. But that's what this session's going to be. It's going to be us doing that stuff. So if you're watching the VODs, you could skip this one if you really want to. It's kind of a filler episode. You can skip it if you want. You don't have to. You can stay and watch. But I'm just warning you that this is like a filler episode. All right, let's get started. Hi, Maker. Hi, Shry. Hey, Coco. How you guys doing? I had a question for you about Streamer Bob. Is there a way to make a single redeem level up? So each time after the first redeem, it shows a different image. Do you mean like on the channel? Like, let me make sure that what you're saying. So what you're asking for is you want the image of the... No, I'm gonna answer on stream because I love you. So you're saying you want the... You want basically the image of the channel point redeemed to be a 0, and then when somebody redeems it, it becomes a 1, and then if somebody redeems it, that image becomes a 2. That kind of thing? Is that what you're asking? Or am I misunderstood? My bro let me borrow his headphones? Nice. Now you can hear me. Because I know that you can do that. I have the redeem set up to show a bucket PNG on screen. The bucket is on screen. Okay. So I know 2 ways to do that. One, I know there is a way to do that, 3 ways, actually. I know that there is one way where it says the level in chat, and that's what I was going to recommend a second ago, before you gave me more detail. So there's a thing where it can level up in chat, where people redeem, and it basically adds to, a score. You can make it so that there's a high score. Our friend Dear Judy has that on their stream. I know you can do that, and I know how to do that. There is the other option would be making it so that it changes the channel point's name. If you go look into my channel points right now, you see that first has Weebee's name tied to it. You can do it that way. To do it on stream, it would depend on a couple of things. You kind of have 2 options within that. You could make it so that the redeem does it and keep it how it is, or you could go the simpler method, which would be make it a monetization thing. You've probably seen streams where they have like the tip cup. All that is a PNG with the bits and stuff that fall in it. You can make it so that those tip cups are inside of something else. You get what I'm saying? So you could do it that way. The alternate way is probably more so what you're looking for. Where you would have... I'll show you. I'm leaving this in the VOD, too. They get to experience this. I said this was a side quest. It's a side quest, damn it. So I have... Yeah, I think what you're looking for is the alternate menu. I was just giving you options. So I have this redeem. I'll zoom it in for you because I know. This is my Yeet redeem. Somebody can redeem it and show it off if they want. This is the Yeet redeem. So the way that this works is it basically checks to see if Yeet 1 is active. So what it does is it sets a global variable and makes it false. And then it checks if Yeet 1 equals true. Or rather, it gets the variable. Sorry, I misspoke. It gets a variable, right? So it's checking Yeet 1 temp right now. See that? It's called Yeet 1 temp, right? With Yeet 1 args with the default value of force. You see that? You can open it and you can see what it is, right? Right? So this is like the full variable. This is the destination. It's saying that it's false. This basically means that Yeet 1 is not active by default. Does that make sense? Are you following? So the variable of Yeet 1 is false. Right? Then, after that, it checks if yeet1 is true, which you can see down here. Where is it? You can see right after it, actually. You can see right after it, it sets yeet1 to true, right? So it's saying, hey, we just got the value of yeet1 args, right? Which stands for arguments, right? So we just got the variable for yeet1 args, right? If that equals true, then go do yeet2 instead, which you can see over here. I have 5 different versions of this. See that? So you can do this 5 times for me. You can do more than that if you want. You could have at infinite if you wanted to. It would just be more work. I decided that 5 was enough until I get the reset point. You get what I'm saying? So what this does is it gets the yeet's information. It makes sure that exists, right? Then it checks if that is true. If it is true, then it sends it to yeet2. If it isn't true and it is still false, then it continues on with the rest of this redeem until down here where it resets to false after the set amount of time. Does this make sense? I would recommend that you screenshot this right now, Mel. This screen that I'm on right now, right? Screenshot this. This is what you need. You're gonna have to copy my homework a little bit here. So I'd recommend that you screenshot this and use this as your base. I'll also show you what yeet reset looks like in a moment. Now, if I go down to yeet2, you can see that yeet2 is an exact duplicate of yeet1, just with the 1 switched out for a 2. See that? It's the same exact thing. Same thing for yeet3, same for yeet4, same for yeet5, except instead of doing yeet5, instead of a yeet6, it goes to a reset, where it pauses the redemption and makes it so you can't do it anymore. Right? It just makes it so it can't happen. Does that make sense? So this is what you need. So for your purpose, what you would need, if you wanted this to be permanent throughout your entire stream, what you would do is, down here, I have, this isn't troubleshooting, this is me helping Mel make a thing. Hi CB, how are you? So, what you would do for your thing, Mel, because I'm assuming that you want this to be a permanent thing throughout your stream, what you would do instead is down here, I have it so that it resets that global variable back to temp, or back to false. You see that? What you would do is you would have to have a separate action that does just this and resets all of your stuff back to false. So however many of these stickers that you make, you would have to have a separate action that sets them all back to false, and you would have to run that action at the end of your stream. You could also double this to disable the sources, because that's how you're going to do this. You would basically take whatever sticker you want, and manually place it on your bucket, and then at the end of your stream, using like a button press if you have a stream deck, because there is a plugin for this. I have the stream end action. There you go. So you'll add it onto that. So on that stream end action, you would add on that you're resetting all of the global variables back to false, and you're undoing all of the sources that were active, all the stickers, as you said. You're deactivating all of those on your bucket, so that next stream, all of that is reset and ready to go. I would also recommend that you have a start stream button with this exact same thing as a double check. That way it's always ready. That's what I have. I have a setup button that sets up my stream and basically does the same exact shit as the end stream button. Both of them do almost exactly the same thing because they double check each other to make sure that if I didn't press the end stream button, right, if I messed up, then it will be fixed when I start my stream next time. You get what I'm saying? If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. But again, Make sure you have that screenshot somewhere and basically just copy my homework. Obviously, do your own thing, right? Like, you can see what the yeet is. Actually, I'll do it like this. You can see what it is if I do this a bunch of times. See how it says that in chat? Like, that's what it is. So that's basically what you want. You just don't want it to stop. But there you go. Again, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. Anyways. Wind Waker. Hi, CB. How are you? Thank you for your help, of course. So, we have a bit of a to-do. So, we of course have all of these treasure charts, right? So we have all of these. Can you help me next? What do you need? So we have all these treasure charts, right? We have 39, which means I think we're missing 10. So there's 10 more charts somewhere. I don't know where, but there's 10 more. Actually, no. Because we're missing big clumps. See, it's like 34, 30. So we're missing 3 right there. I need $20 for new earbuds. Sounds like everybody should go commission Stolen Croissant for some art. If you want an example of their art, they made Drusu 1 Comfy. They made Drusu 1 Scoots. They made Scuff. They made Sass. They made so on and so forth. If you need art, you should go commission Quack. That's all. So I have all these charts, but I'm missing a lot of them. So I need to find the rest of those. I imagine that that is... Well, I guess... I think what our main mission should be is we should go find these. We should go find the ones we have. And hopefully along the way we will do 2 things. That's a sperm. You can't tell me otherwise. Hopefully along the way we will do 2 things. We will... But it doesn't have a dot. Hopefully along the way we will do 2 things. We will find the Goron shops that we need to find. Because there's shopkeepers around. And we know where one of them are, but we didn't have the item that they needed. Oh yeah, they also made BAP. I don't know, what else did you make, Quick? So we need to find the Goron shopkeepers that are around. We need to find the one that has the item that we need. We need to find the heart pieces that we're missing, of course. And we need to find the rest of the treasure maps. Map is so outdated, you can remake it if you want. If you want. Actually, I just might. Unfortunately, a lot of the side stuff that we have left in this game is very... not guided. It's very just like, good luck. And I think that that is a problem that I have with this game. I was talking about it with Chunk the other day. Hi, Yovis. How are you? What was that noise? Hello? I think a problem that I have with this game is... this isn't a spoiler. In Breath of the Wild, there's the Korok seeds, right? And there's a buttload of them, and it's kind of like an optional collective kind of thing, you know? And this game has that too, where they have the little treasure circles that are around. I'm not talking about the ones that are on the chart. I'm talking about, like, the actual treasure, circles, you know? They have those around, but I feel as though, like that one right there, they have these around, and I feel as though they're attempting to serve the same purpose that the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild serve, and I assume Tears of the Kingdom too. I think that they're trying to serve the same purpose, which is to fill out the world, right? That's their goal. They're trying to fill out the world. They're trying to add things in between so that when you're riding on the boat, it's not just the same boring shit with nothing happening, right? However, in Breath of the Wild, all of those Korok seeds are puzzles. You know, like, granted, some of them might be the same puzzle as a different Korok seed, right? But they're actual things to do, you know? It's not just like, oh, you found a Korok, good job. Like, you have to do something to get that Korok. With this game, and I agree, Quack, with this game, it's like, when I'm traveling between, islands, it very much is mostly just a point A to B kind of thing. There's nothing in between. And there was for, like, a hot second at the beginning of the game. But 36 hours into the game, I think, like, that has disappeared. You know? It's now to a point where... Okay. It's gotten to a point where, like, I'm exploring around, and it is just point A to B every single time. And in turn, the boat stuff isn't fun. And that's the bulk of the game. You know what I mean? It very much is just from point A to B the entire game. Because there's nothing in between of value. You know? There's nothing to do. Now, Ace, you say that, but I'm going to point to a game that does the same exact thing better. Granted, it was from years later. I think... Is it 2013? I can't remember if it was 2013 or 2000. No, it was 2013. Granted, years later, a decade later, a game called Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out. And that one, I'm all for the Yarhars. That one, the Yarhars are so present. I like the Yarhars in that game. That game's got good Yarhars. Alright. I need to go... So my problem is that I need to take a wide berth around the Twin Towers over there in order to get to Sixth Eye. Because that's a main mission right there. Somehow they made all of this even worse in Phantom Hourglass. I haven't played that yet. I don't know anything about Phantom Hourglass. I think Phantom Hourglass might be the game that I know the least about. No, that's not true. No, that's true. I was gonna say maybe the Seasons games. But I think but I know, like, that they're very similar to... Hello? A Link's Awakening and A Link to the Past and stuff like that, right? So I at least know about that, about the Seasons games. I don't know anything about Phantom Hourglass. I know, like, a little bit about Spirit Tracks. Because, like, you're on a train. You know, I know about the train. Okay, while I'm here, I'm going to ask for a coprophilia. Can I do anything with this ship other than take photos of it? I need them to make a remake of those because I hate the sound font of Oracle Seasons. Okay, I can. But I can't get close to it. Do I have an item that might help? Okay, here's my idea. Can I get on the ghost ship? Coprophilia. Yes. How would I go about doing that? You're fucking kidding me. I guess I'll go searching for that again sometime. I don't mind it too much, but I really want them to do a Link's Awakening style remake. I want them to do that for all the older games. Hey, have we met somewhere before? Aren't you? No, couldn't be. Me? I'm but a poor traveling merchant. I travel the world in search for rare objects of all sorts. Modern and ancient, foreign and exotic. My dream has always been to someday open my own shop. But plans have have a way of getting delayed, and now it's been 30 years since I started. COVID, man. COVID. Time certainly laughs at us all, huh? And still, day in, day out, rain or shine, I spend days looking for curiosities and rare items. Which reminds me, the delivery bag of yours looks like it has rare treasure in it. You happen to have something of quality that could put for sale in my shop. Could you consider trading it? Sure, man. So I got this flower. Huh? Why, that's a sea flower, isn't it? In that case, would you be interested in trading for this town flower? No. Hey man, would you like this deed? This isn't quite the type of thing that sells itself very well, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Would you like this belt? You could hold up your pants. You don't seem to have any items one could easily sell at a shop. Okay, alright. Alright, so we know that there is one at the ferry tower that I have to, like, drop into. And there's one, What is the name of this island? Balm Island. Okay. Anyways, back to the mission of the six-eyed reef or whatever the fuck. Okay. Do you want to know where to start progress on the ghost ship? No. Honestly, I want Grezzo to remake all of the older Zeldas. Like, I think, honestly, A Link to the Past more than anything. I think that it makes sense it would sell. Like, people love A Link to the Past. I know Quack didn't land high on it, but people that, like, played games at that time and played Link to the Past before Ocarina of Time usually end up liking it more than Ocarina of Time. So I think that more than anything, they should go back and remake. But I would love for Grezzo, who's the team that made both Minish Cap and Link's Awakening. I don't know if that's right. I think Minish Cap was a collaboration. It doesn't matter. I would love for them to go back and remake A Link to the Past. I agree. Honestly, Quack, I think the same thing for Ocarina of Time. I think the reason people like that game is because of nostalgia. I was reading about my next. I've talked about it before. My next video was 2023 the best year in gaming, right? And since the last time I talked about the video, already it has changed drastically in what it is. What does it say on the map? It's right in front of me. Got it. Already since the last time I talked about this video, it has changed drastically. So it's very much still like an evolving process kind of thing. But I have the outline written. I have the general idea of what the video is about to be, right? I am reading about people's takes on why Ocarina of Time, because like a big year for people, like the one that people usually say is the best year in gaming is 1998. That's the one that people always point to, the year of my birth. That's the year that people always point to when they're talking about like the best year in gaming. It's 1998. And a large reason for that is Ocarina of Time. So I was doing some research into Ocarina of Time and why people think it's so revolutionary. And it seems like a lot of people are just like, it was the first foray into 3D with storytelling of that value. It was the first time that 3D controls were that tight. And once again, with that kind of story where you connected with characters, and it was revolutionary for that. So I read that, and I'm in the middle of writing this video that is about, like, the entire year, right? That year, two months before Ocarina of Time came out, Metal Gear Solid 1 was released. And I look at that, and people saying that Ocarina of Time was the first time that 3D was done in that kind of way, with that value and that storytelling. And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, no, it was done 2 months ago. Like, don't get me wrong, Ocarina of Time was revolutionary. I'm not arguing against that. Like, it was, right? Like, it inspired a lot of the 3D games from that point on. It helped to create the format of behind like third-person cameras. So did Super Mario 64, arguably. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not saying that it wasn't revolutionary. It was, but to say that it was the first one to do that is discounting a game that came out 2 months before it. Like, it's 2 months. Like, it's not enough time to, like, build the entire game. I'm not saying that Zelda's a copy of Metal Gear Solid. They were made at the same time. But, like, it wasn't the first. Because Metal Gear Solid did it. It didn't do the over-the-shoulder camera. But, like, if you want to argue that Ocarina of Time has a better storytelling method than Metal Gear Solid, that's a losing argument. Because that's Metal Gear Solid. That is what invented cutscenes. Like, that's Metal Gear Solid. So, like, you know, it's whatever. Like, I do love Ocarina of Time, and I do think it's revolutionary, in its own way. I just feel like people put a little bit too much weight on it over other games that were coming out at that time, simply because Legend of Zelda was already a big name prior, and Metal Gear Solid wasn't. Nobody played the fucking Metal Gear games, you know? Like, Metal Gear Solid was a breakout hit. So, like, I get it, but, like, in the same beat, you're wrong. You know what I mean? That being said, all of that being said, as those were both still in 1998, and 1998 was a very good year for gaming. Anyways, where's this island? End rant. Rant end. Not that. It's at the very bottom left. I just very much think people put a little bit too much weight on Ocarina of Time. It was a great game, but, like, A, it's been 25 years, you know? And B, there's a lot of other games that were influential around that time. Like, it's not just Ocarina of Time. I don't like Ocarina of Time that much today. I don't hate it. I loved it when I was little. I, again, think that it was very revolutionary and stuff. But, like, me playing it today, and you've heard this already because we played it already in this series, the combat in Ocarina of Time is boring. It's not good. And there were other games that came out around that time that had decent combat, but, like, the combat in Ocarina of Time is not good. It is just waiting. That's all it is. The entire game. And that's like half the game. Well, it's like a third. Because, like, 1/3 of Ocarina of Time is exploration, 1/3 is puzzles, and then 1/3 is combat, right? So, like, if 1/3 of your game is bad because the combat isn't good, that's a big chunk. And I think they knew that when they were going into Majora's Mask, because Majora's Mask was way less combat-focused. Much more storytelling-driven. Which I think is why a lot of people prefer Majora's Mask, myself included. Because it doesn't have such a big emphasis on combat, and it has this dark story that really finds its own place, you know what I mean? It really comes into its own, in a way. I don't know. I think a big reason of why people like, a big reason why people still to this day praise games like Ocarina of Time, or Majora's Mask, or A Link to the Past, or Super Mario 3. I think a big reason why those games receive so much praise today is nostalgia. it's not that those games were bad when they came out. They were great. It's that we as an industry, the gaming industry as a whole, has advanced so far beyond what we were back then. So to say that Ocarina of Time is, or any of those games, to say that any of those games is, like, better than a game that's been made in the last 10 years, like the greats, you know? Like, if you were to say that let's use a direct one-to-one, right? If you say that God of War 3 on the PS3 is a objectively better game than God of War 2018, you're wrong. You're wrong. You can have that opinion, and I think that that's where this comes into play a lot, is that people look at these games like Ocarina of Time, or A Link to the Past, or so on and so forth, and they state these things objectively, right? They say them as fact. When the entire conversation as a whole isn't fact. It's never been fact. It's all opinion. But people don't state these things as opinions. They state them as facts. You know what I mean? Anyways, rant end. I don't think chat liked this rant very much. I'm being annihilated. Nice. How you been, Yovis? So now I need to go to the Gourd Island. Gourd. I wish these were labeled in, like, proximity to each other or something. Okay. I'm gonna... That's... 3-2? Okay, I'm gonna... do this. Wrong one. Windfall. Okay. I remember a long while ago, we lit up the lighthouse, and that made that chest appear. I wonder if a similar mechanic is how I get the ghost boat so that it can't disappear. I don't know. Death Stranding. Speaking of Metal Gear Solid. Is that the ghost boat right there? How would I do this? Let's test out my theory. Can I swim into it? No. I don't have any, like, lantern. I am missing an item. Maybe that item is what I need? Nice. Okay. Where's that? Is that Windfall? No. I'm not sure. That might be Outset. Maybe? Or no, that's the Forsaken Fortress. Okay. I went on TikTok to find art ideas. And all I got were My Little Pony infection, AU shit. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know what you just said to me. I should drink my potion. Where I encounter a squid or something. I wonder if you can see, like, the blown out top from here. I drew today and it was a bad idea because I had to give my dad a wrist brace. My wrist brace? What happened to your dad's wrist? Maybe I shouldn't ask. No, not really. Where's the treasure? There it is. Basically My Little Pony, but with a zombie kind of infection. Okay. Wish these were heart pieces instead of money. Eastern Triangle Island. Can I teleport to this one? Close. I'm cringe, but I'm free. Yeah. I ordered him one, but it'll come Wednesday. He heard it around Christmas and was like, oh, it's fine. I offered to buy him one. He said no. Then he slipped on ice and it was swollen the past few days, so I made him wear mine. Should go to the doctor. Don't want the carpal tunnel. I broke his wrist. Me? Nah, no, your dad. I already know you're too stubborn to go. Do you want the locations in chat or just the link for the list? Locations for what? Big sniff, big sniff. At most, I'd say his wrist is sprained and swollen, because he won't rest it. Me and my little sister actually watch things like Glitter Force and My Little Pony together. We even made a night of watching an old Hello Kitty show, watch as kids. I don't know what Glitter Force is. I don't know what that is. I mean, hey, all power to you. I mean, I've said it before. My Little Pony isn't bad because the show's bad. The show's good. At least to a point. I didn't watch the whole thing. Show's good. It's the community that ruins it. You know? It's the bronies that ruin it. The show's fine. You know? I don't know what Glitter Force is. I mean, but that's the same story with anything, you know? It's like, well, not anything, but, like, anything that has, like, a community like that. It's, you know, even, like, to the maximum. Like, we talk about, I make fun of the Homestuckians sometimes because we have a couple in chat and I like to poke fun. But, like, I'm sure Homestuck itself isn't bad. It's the community that surrounds it. Adjacent to Homestuck, we talk about Undertale. Undertale's great. Undertale's a fantastic video game. The community's bad. Like, it's just, like, it depends on the thing, you know? Even bringing it to some, like, content creators. Like, there are content creators out there that have bad communities, but the content creator's funny as fuck, or good, or a good content creator. That's a squid. I'm gonna kill it. You know? It's not that content creator's fault that their community is the way that they are. Well, granted, it is a little bit. But not entirely. I was told that seagulls swarming would be a squid. I feel lied to. Just like League of Legends, the game isn't bad, just the people play it. Now, hold on. Now, I don't know about that one. I don't know if I could agree with that one. But the other ones, yeah. Used to work in the healthcare field, so he thinks he knows everything. I get you. I think with League, to put it in the most diplomatic way possible, I think that League, did you come in and say, ooh, nice background the second that it disappeared? That's hilarious. That is amazing. I think that, that with League, the game, because of the format that the game takes, I think that League supports people's bad behavior, if that makes sense. It doesn't, like, they're 40-minute games with, like, and they're team-based. So you have to rely on your teammates a lot. With, like, a public chat format, and, like, it goes on. I think the same thing for Valorant. I think Valorant does the same thing, where Valorant very much supports bad behavior. Not really supports. That might be the wrong word. But doesn't do a good job of detracting it. Enables. Yeah, there's the word. That's the word I was looking for. It enables it. I think that League and Valorant enable bad behavior. Because of the way that the games are, and the way that the games don't detract away from that at all. Like, okay, let me use a different live service game, right? Let me use a different live service game. Marvel Snap. I don't care how you feel about card games. It's not about the card game aspect. Marvel Snap, when you lose a game in Marvel Snap, they still give you, like, some points. They give you, like, when you lose in Marvel Snap, you still gain something, right? It's not a complete loss. If you win, you gain more, but your time isn't completely wasted. You gain something with Marvel Snap, right? With Valorant, if a person on your team is throwing, you just wasted 40 minutes. There's nothing you can do. With League of Legends, if a member on your team is throwing and the rest of the team can't carry them up, you just wasted 40 minutes. There's nothing you can do. You can surrender. If the team doesn't agree to surrender, you have to wait until the next half, which could take 15 minutes, 20 minutes before you can surrender again. And then if the team denies it, then you're stuck and there's nothing you can do. And then at the end, when the game's done and you lost, you gained nothing from that time that you spent, right? You don't gain any currency. In Valorant, you don't even gain currency for winning at this point. Like, you don't gain things, right? There's no progression except for in ranked, where you only lose things by losing. You don't gain anything because they don't have any method for you to get their in-game currency, right? So it's very what's the word? Degrading. It's very degrading to lose in a game like League of Legends or Valorant because they don't award you for your time spent. They only award you for winning. Which I think, as I said, strongly enables the toxicity to come out because you don't want to waste that time. Nobody does. Even if you are doing it subconsciously, nobody does. Nobody wants to waste that time. So I think it very much enables that kind of behavior and thoughts. Alongside also preying on people that have addictive tendencies and stuff like that through their, frankly, lackluster microtransactions. So. In World of Tanks, you at least get better points for performing high on the losing team. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. I think that first off, I think Valorant, I don't know about League. I don't know how their microtransactions work. I know that they're expensive. But beyond that, I don't know how they work. But with Valorant, I think that Valorant needs to get off their fucking high horse. And give players the ability to gain the in-game currency somehow. Which you currently can't do. Or at least have something in there that is an in-game currency that's separate from the paid currency. Because they kind of have that, but not really right now. And have that be more of a thing. I think that Valorant overall needs more progression. Not like it's gonna die because it doesn't have it or anything. It's a good game. But I do think that it needs it. I think that it needs some form of progression. I don't know. I'll do those push-ups in a minute. I use Valorant as an example because I love Valorant. I hate that I love Valorant. That basically summarizes everything that I said. I hate that I love Valorant. Because it's such a toxic game to play. But I love it so much. I played a bunch yesterday with Chunk because we were talking, as I mentioned earlier. And I ranked for the first time. You're looking at an Iron 3. Don't worry, it's only the highest of the lowest rank. Yeah, that's right. You're looking at an Iron 3 player right now. Directly in the center. Sounds like those things can be fixed fairly easy by compensating people for their time. It's a wonder why they don't bother. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. This is a good time to talk about this because Riot just laid off, like, I think 10% of their staff. Riot is the devs of League of Legends and Valorant. Boo, Riot. They did it earlier today. Or announced it earlier today, rather. So it's a good time to talk about it. And hey, just to beat the dead horse, maybe more people would be playing their games and in turn spending money on their games if they had proper progression systems to incentivize people to play their games. Just saying. There's 5 million live service games out right now for them to take some sort of example from, and they're not. It must not be this island. I think it's 4. Yeah, it's 4. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm like right there. I need to go north. Right? We're talking about Valorant and League of Legends and how the progression systems are bad and the microtransactions are bad, and we're talking about Riot having massive layoffs. Tech layoffs have been nutty recently. Yeah. It's something like, in 2024, there was 10,000 people laid off in tech, specifically. In gaming, specifically. In 2023. Yes, I meant in 2023. I didn't misspeak. 2023. I meant for me. Oh, okay. I was gonna try and transition into tech, and then there was a huge Google layoff, and I took that as a sign. I mean, you still can. Oh, you linked it anyway, Maker? Sorry, I feel like I missed messages. My bad. I'm always like this on Monday. I always miss things on Mondays. Mondays be like that. That shark just kill itself? Poor thing. I don't see the glow. I mean, I guess it could be 5. Or 2. Oh, it's like right above the entrance. I would see it right now. So it can't be this one. It can't be 3. It can't be 2. Can't be 5. Can't be 6. Can't be 1. It has to be this one. This is the only way. This is the only one with the entrance in that fashion. What? Should be like right here. I'm gonna do a different one. Oh, that's my last one. For now. Well, if it's not here... Oh, I guess it's kind of in the center. It's not really in the corner. So it has to have the entrance on the left, though. So it could be this. Yeah, it's probably 3. I don't know. I think I'm better off staying, being underpaid in science than laid off in tech. I mean, I'm gonna be brutally honest here, Ace. You would be underpaid in tech too. So it's just like, really, it's gonna be the same way either way. It's gonna be the same way. I think at this point, Ace, it's more about what you're interested in. Because, like, I feel as though, like, anything... Because you went for, like, STEM in college because you're looking at science and tech, and obviously you don't want math. So, like, I feel as though at this point it might just be up to your interest of, like, what are you more interested in? Are you more interested in working on tech stuff, or are you more interested in working on science stuff? And I feel like that should dictate your decision here, maybe. You know? What do you want to put out in the world, you know? Or is it just like a straight up money thing for you? I want to do botany currently, but a lot of botany jobs want you to go outside and do field shit, but also no botany in my area. Do botany in like a science setting, right? Literally why I got into accounting. You can look at your books and judge the legality of it from home. That's completely fair. I mean, I say it all the time, you know, get a job to fuel your hobbies. So your hobbies can become your career, you know, that kind of thing. Couldn't agree more. Okay, so it's how you doing, Avi? Avirella? Maybe? Or maybe because it's an E, maybe it's Avirel. Maybe. Okay, so we got all the we got all the fucking treasures. Let's head down to the Koopa Tower and see if we can get up there now. Second one, I figured. How you doing, Avirel? In an ideal world, I'd like a boring work from home job that pays enough for my life and hobbies, but doesn't make me do overtime or customer service. Accounting. I beefed it. I can't math. Journalism? Hi. To the living. Light 6 torches and dive down to the sea floor. Guide the lost spirit to the boat that forever wanders in darkness. Oh, I found it. Okay. So there's one. Are they all here? I imagine they're all here. There's another. Beefed it. Need to aim a little lower than I think I do. Oh my god. Nailed it first try. Okay, that's 2. 3. 4. 'Beefed it. Fuck. There we go. Beefed it. Got this, I got this. Aiming on console, very fun, very cool, very sick, very epic. God fucking... How is that not it? I'm about to call shenanigans on this. God damn. First try. To be honest, I'm only over here. Hi, it's Anna, just sneaky. Wow. Why do you have 2 accounts? I feel like we've had this conversation before, but I forgot. Orange rupee. To the living, light the 6 torches and dive down to the seafloor. Guide the lost spirit. Dive to the seafloor. Dive to the sea floor. Let me look at my schmap real quick. Dive to the sea floor. That looks like it's... Oh, it's like a seam. That automatically unequips the boots. Dive to the sea floor. Are all these still lit in here? No. Okay. So one of my Kindle, I lost access to it for a while, so I made a new one. Just got it back recently. So do you not want to be on a Gav? You and Maker with your 5 million names. You and your lack of brand synergy. Avi is on it, is Maker. You're cracking the code. Okay. So it said, light the 6 torches and dive down to the sea floor. Guide the lost spirit of the boat. Go down to this, dive to the sea floor. Dive to the sea floor. Back home. Dive to the sea floor. Oh, I can go up here. This is good. This is something. You can't go any higher than this, I don't think. Dive. The sea floor, clipping texture. There is a ladder there. Gotcha. I don't know. Hi. Apparently old already have the blue slime from that. And then there's you. Dive down to the sea floor. I just don't understand. I returned with no audio. For why? My bro took his headphones back. How generous of him. I don't understand why it said dive down to the sea floor. What does that mean? I mean, I get that I could go back to Koopa Towers and go down from there. Light the 6 torches and dive down to the sea floor. Dive down to the sea floor. Dive down to the sea floor. Dive. Dive down to the sea floor. Sea floor. Sea foam. Sea. Seaman. Seaman dive? No. Dive down to the sea floor. Might need to come back to this one. Hi, Robo. How are you? Dive down to the seafloor. Light all torches. Light the 6 torches and dive down to the seafloor. Guide the lost spirit to the boat that... I mean, obviously that's the ghost boat. Two, three, four. I got the one up there right now. Okay, so that's all 6 torches, and then it says dive down to the seafloor. Light the 6 torches and dive down to the seafloor. Dive down to the seafloor. Dive down to the seafloor. I just don't understand what that means in this context. If I leave here, the torch is unlight, but I have the chest, so it did acknowledge that I have done the thing. I was able to get up there before, but I don't think I'm supposed to be able to. Because there was nothing up there. I can't reach this one. That's not real. Dive down to the sea floor. So maybe it means that I need to go to... the tippy top and then dive down. So how do I get up there? I mean, I have the hook shot, but I can't get up there through that. It's not... I can't... Whoops. Maybe it's a bomb thing. I got this. You gonna wait? Already got this. Alright, hang on, wait. Alright, hang on. Alright, hang on, wait. I don't feel like this is the answer. Dive down to the sea floor. Dive down to the sea floor. Dive down to the sea floor. Dive down. Hey, man.
Chargeman, come see how healthy my forest trees become. Wow, I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
I'm losing my mind. I mean, like, I don't know, again. Hey, Mr. Seagoo. Have a pair. Mr. Seagoo, you're the one. These bullies. Well, I only have one more. Nice, have a break from sweaty men colliding into one another. Huh? How you doing, C-Bro? Is this meant for a different chat? Huh? Oh, he can't make impact with that. Okay, so it is me. I have to shoot it, I think. How am I supposed to hit that? I'm feeling not confident in my decisions. But it didn't seem like the Seagu was able to do it. Yeah, I'm a little upset at myself for that one. I don't know. It said dive down to the sea floor. I still haven't figured that part out. Remember when I said 2 or 3 more streams? What are you trying to hit? There's a little gem up there, which I assume opens that. I can't hit it with the Seagu. So my next best guess is just to shoot it with an arrow. It doesn't seem like I can do that either. I also went down and lit torches, and it said, go to the bottom of the seafloor to get the ghost or whatever the fuck. Did you miss with the Seagu? No, I ran into it. I mean, I can go buy another, but I gotta leave. I'm all out of boards. But I had to buy another. It feels as though this and the thing from the thing for the ghost ship are separate though. Can I get up there? Gotta be closer. Sir? Can I enter? Thank you. This is new. Little stump. No. Nothing behind the waterfall. I think the stump is just to say, hey, go up here. You think they're pairs? I don't think they're pairs. I think they're gourds. Oh, hey. They're called pairs? You're called a pair. I think they're gourds. Huh? I went from one ghost zone to another ghost zone. What's that noise? Oh, it's you. In the words of Beyonce in the hit Pink Panther movie starring Steve Martin. Oh, it's you. I think it was Beyonce. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. Hey, man. Oh. Yeah, I should break the other one. Beefed it. First try. Man, I'm still thinking about that Wicker Man movie. It's wormed its way into my dome. Okay, so that was the wrong pick. Still, yeah. Which one? Not the Nick Cage one. I went left last time, so I'm going right. I think this one. Nope. Maybe. I need to rewatch Twin Peaks. No, I don't. You know what I need to do? I need to stop fucking around, and I need to watch fucking, what the fuck, hang on, what's it called, X-Files. I need to watch X-Files. I need to stop fucking around and watch X-Files. Okay, so it's right and left. Beefed it. But only after the D&D hyperfixation ends. Still have one more D&D show to watch before I can watch the new Fantasy High Junior Year that's coming out. After I finish Pirates of Leviathan. Which I'm almost done with. Ghost ship chart. But not the ghost ship. Gave me chart to the ghost ship, but not this ghosty ghoul that I need. This is a cool looking chart. Okay. Thinking emoji. Light the 6 torches. Dive into the sea. Guide the soul to the ghost ship. Still Bonkers a modgers. Maker, are you there? I need to put the shit on my lips. Did you finish the other one you entered? I lit all the torches and it spawned a chest. I opened the chest, I got a rupee. Earlier today, chat, I sat on the floor while I was waiting for my tea to brew. I sat on the floor to pet my dog, and as I was scratching my dog, I didn't realize that I was sitting on poop. That dog's poop. And I got up, and I went to go sit back down on my computer chair, and luckily I sat in the bisexual way, so I had, like, my leg under my ass when I sat down, so I sat on poop, didn't realize it, and then sat down on my leg and put the poop from my butt onto my leg. Yeah. So as I was petting the dog, right? Obviously he's a dog, but he had the full knowledge that I was sitting on his shit while I was petting him. You know, he knew that. He knew that that was what was happening, that I was sitting on his, at that point, cold shit while I was petting him. Good times, good times.
Oh! Thank you! Thank you!
I'm getting there. I need to sell the bait that I have because I don't need it.
Bye! What the hell is even that?
Pear? What did I say? Did I say what it actually is, a gourd? I was hoping for Boo You Stink, if only you were a tier 3 sub, tier 2 sub. No, tier 3 sub, so that you could do sound effects at any time. What did you say? Can't buy that, I can only buy things that fit in the spoils bag. Oh. Hey, you want to buy these belts off of me? I don't need them anymore. Oh! You don't need your Knight's Crest. I'll buy them for 20 rupees each. I actually don't need money right now. Don't. Good thing I didn't. Anyways, I'm gonna throw a bunch of bait. I can only throw one bait at a time, apparently. Oh, ad break now, apparently. Okay. Hi. Welcome back. Video games. So we need to go buy some more gourds. This is a bad idea. Pears? I said what I said. Yeah, Doja Cat and I are basically the same person if you ignore a couple 500 differences.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, back to back to one of the two Koopa towers. That one. Oh, sorry, my bad. Bye! The sound travels over water. He definitely heard it. Really need to fix that. Maybe get like a weight for it so it doesn't fold up right there. It's really only right there where the issue is. The entire rest of the green screen is no problem. Okay. Okay, I just beefed it before. It happens. Nice. Not what I wanted, though. I wanted a ghoul. Light the 6 torches and dive down to the sea floor. Dive down to the sea floor. What the fuck does that mean? Means dive down to the sea floor. I can't do that anywhere except for with Hyrule Castle. But I can't go there right now. So coprophilia, if that's the answer, that I need to go to Hyrule Castle. But I don't think it is.
Yep.
Why isn't the water raising or lower? Why isn't the water schmoving?
Yeah.
Is it because of the moon cycles? Oh my god, did I crack the code? Did I crack the code? What was it? What's the song? It's not moving. What moon we on? We're on the full moon. Why does the full moon put it on the crescent moon tab? Whatever, I don't care. Oh. What was it again? Right, left, down. Eat the moon. And so you take the moon, and then 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 you take the moon, and you take the moon, and you take the moon, and you take the moon. Does it seem to be changing anything?
Okay, but can I take the moon?
You take the moon, and you take the moon, and you take the moon, and you take the moon. You take the moon, and 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 you take the moon. You take the moon, and 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 you take the moon. You take the moon, and you take the moon.
Okay, so I believe this should be the half. Yeah, so if there was gonna be a time where the tide was at the lowest, it would be now. It doesn't look as though it's changed anything. I mean, maybe. And I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. 'Cause after all, you're my wonder wall. 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. Hang on. I feel as though it might be on a different island, as I've been here for quite a while at this point, and I haven't figured it out. So either it's on this island and I'll get it later, or not on this island. But I'm sick of spending the time on this island, so I'm just gonna leave. Good night, Via. I love you. Mwah. So I'm just gonna go. Let's go to Shark Isle. Maker, can you post that that Blue Chew thing? Not the Viagra alternative. The other one. That one, yeah. Okay, so it opened on the monitor that I can't see right now. I might need to give up my mission and allow y'all to backseat me more on this game right now, because I'm not really 100% on where I can find most things. At this point. I can't remember if I did this or not. What? Why did that spawn a new cyclone? I'm gonna go in the hole first. Oh, I did do this. Yeah, I did this. Maybe it's just a copy. Maybe they're just reusing assets. Bye. Reminder that we're on hero mode, by the way. This is supposed to be hard. And this is something that you can only really access had you done majority of the game. Because you need almost all the items to be able to open this. The items that you get from the dungeons, rather. So, like... I don't know. Whenever they pick up weapons that aren't theirs, that gets a little scary. Easy peasy. Okay. And it wasn't worth it. Who's that cyclone? Do I have to do it again? I think I have to do it again. Oh, I don't think I finished my thought earlier. If y'all have any ideas of how to make the clips on the shoutouts, or if you have any thoughts on the edited clips we've made, and you have any ideas to make some of the clips better, keep those in your brain. Because eventually we are going to go through the clips that we've already edited and see if we can't add in more or spice them up or change them up. So that we can make them interesting once more. Why is that there? For why? All it does is kick me off in a different direction. For why? For why, though? I think I see. I love how I'm getting you to say for why. That is not a you thing. You can't just take credit for everything that comes out of my mouth. This isn't gonna work. But you never ever. I say for why. I say for how. I say I've done this for a long time. Hey, Sea-Bro. Or, good night, Sea-Bro. I love you. Mwah. Wires crossed. I need... magic. And these notably aren't giving me magic right now. Which is upsetting. Magic. I've said this stuff for a long time. It's nothing special. It's just for why. Like, it's not... That's a normal thing that people say. Why isn't it? I'm not getting very lucky. Once again say I'm not getting very lucky. Okay. I'm just gonna leave because this isn't working out and I can't die right now. You don't have any magic potions? No. I ran out. Why does the game refuse to drop me potions? When's that, Quack? I dislike a lot about this game, I'm realizing. And that fucking sucks. I'm not clicking so I don't get spoilers. Making me Google it. March 14th. Didn't even click into an article. Easy peasy. The lemon? So fucking squeezy, dog. I need to cancel my Prime. For gore until right now. I have water in a thing right now? Why does it do this? Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna drop water on your floor.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yoink. I like that you can hear me spamming the buttons because I don't care what they have to say anymore. I just want my potion, man. I don't need the rigmarole. I've shopped at your shop 5 million times. Just give me the potion, man. Shark Island was like right. No. Shark Island was like right next to it. For A, for B, for C, for D. I forgot my alphabet for a second there. I struggle to know my alphabet without singing it. Whenever I hear somebody say the alphabet without singing it, it sounds wrong. You know, when you just say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, you know, it sounds wrong. It doesn't sound good. You gotta sing it. Doesn't know how to count or say the alphabet. I don't know the monks either. I didn't know how to read a clock until I was like 15. When you hear something follow, Discord? Huh? No. Here's what I want, Quack. I want you to guide me to something that's worth my time instead of something that awards me rupees that I don't need. I think this is also just rupees. I no longer care about this mission. Windfall? Okay. Forest Haven it is. I need to swap out my earbuds. My buds. My sweet, sweet buds. Gotta swap out my buds. My buds have been swapped. Alright. What am I doing here? Get one of the rainbow fellas. Alright. It's inside the treehouse. Huh? I thought there were more. Okay. In the treehouse I go. Okay. I like that whenever I pull out my sword, there's a little lighting glitch that happens. At least I think it's a glitch. See that? I like it. One thing. Yeah, it's my VOD channel that you could subscribe to. It's not a glitch. I no longer like it. I thought it wasn't supposed to look like that. And now that I know that it's supposed to look like that, I don't like it and I feel like it should be different. Because that looks wrong. That right there, it looks wrong. Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend. Quack. Why are you the way that you are? Because I thought it was a glitch, because it looks bad. That's why I liked it, because it looked bad. But if it's not a glitch and that's something they put in the game, then I don't like it because it looks bad. Where am I going? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. You gotta look for a rainbow firefly. I didn't know those existed. Forest firefly in your bottle. A strange light emanates from this mystical creature. Okay. Now it's a windfall? Okay. Thank you, Quack. Don't call me little ass. Go back to little bussy, please. I like that better. Yep. It's technically the same thing, but one's better. To the photo guy? Okay.
Young sir, I've been studying picto boxes since I was but a lad. My lifelong dream of creating a box with incredible photography capabilities is at long last nearing fruition. But I've now grown old and I have no desire to leave this island. Young sir, I hesitate to ask, but could you perchance become my pictograph assistant?
Sure.
Oh, really? Really and truly? My heart leaps at your enthusiasm, but I feel I must tell you the path to an assistant must follow it is not a simple one. I demand that whoever takes on the role of my assistant be an individual who take whatever command I must issue and promptly complete it without hesitation. Oh, it will be quite the challenge, I assure you. Are you sure you want to do this?
Sure.
You must share my love of the pictograph. What is your name, youngster? Sploink, isn't it? Very well then. I shall issue these 3 commands to you. On the day you complete all 3 tasks, you shall be my #1 assistant. Now then, for my first command. A love letter. Do you know what it is, young sir? It is a collection of words of love, long unspoken, and put into written form, yes. Somewhere in this town there is one who, despite constant rejection, never learns the cold lesson of unrequited passion and continues to write letters of doomed love. I am certain the object of this one-sided affection is in quite the quandary over the matter, yes. I am of the mind that I must have a word with the unwanted suitor, yes. However, I must have physical evidence, and thus your first task is to snap a pictograph of this individual in the act of sending an unwanted letter. That sounds easy, does it not? Certainly so. If you hope to be my assistant, you must perform these tasks with ease.
Is that what I was supposed to do? Do I gotta do something else here? Do I gotta do something else? Is that it? Gotta take a pic of the guy sending the letters and show it to him. Okay. Look at me knowing the songs without looking it up. Look at me. So I just gotta stand here until he comes and sends the letter? Pretty much. Well, you. Does that work? You mi- That's how it should work. If you do right, left, right, it should do the next night. If you do right, left, up, it should do the next day. Think about it. 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 All right. Anyways, there you are, young man. Sir! 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 Sir!
Is that all I needed to send? Did I forget anything? Did I?
Stop stalking this person! I bet it was Vera. That goddamn hottie. Sir, I got the photo.
Now this is a finely snapped pictograph indeed. Now, they say love is blind, but what could he be thinking mailing all these letters? I should not ridicule him though, for he reminds me of myself back in the innocence of my youth. Memories of those bittersweet summer days come rushing back to me. Yes. But I digress. Very good, young sir. I must congratulate you on passing your first test. I shall properly take this pictograph from you and use it most efficiently. Very well. Next is my second command. You must search for this town's most timid and cowardly resident. I intend to flog his spirit so as to lend him some backbone. This individual flinches and jumps at even the slightest of surprise. I need you to capture the instant of pure fear on his individual's face in a pictograph. Tell me, do you think you can complete this task, young sir?
I have no idea who that is. Nope, not you. Shh. What did he say? I'm looking for somebody that gets afraid at even the littlest thing. And then we're gonna flog him. Is it you, Gummy? Is it you? Are you the one that's afraid? There's no fair wind blowing west right now. Yes, we men of the sea are real sensitive when it comes to the wind direction. Yes, we seamen. Yes, I'm a seaman. Yep. Nope, not him. Not you. I don't care. It's not the dancing man. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that. I thought we were gonna have a good time. I thought we were gonna play around. I didn't know that he was on the edge like that. Won't you step back from that ledge, my friend? Nope, not you. Hey, Selman, how are you? Guess who made waffles? Eddie Murphy? My son is a sailor, and lately he's been obsessed collecting school necklaces. He never pays attention to his dear mom anymore. He just goes on about necklaces. I simply can't believe it. What sort of cold-hearted boy prefers trinkets to the company of his old mom? I can give you a skull necklace. I have a bunch. Alright, fine. If you don't want to play into your son's interests, then fuck you. Oh, yeah, just how I feel. Do me a favor and beat it. I'm a jerk. How did he manage that right under my nose? He isn't alright. Huh? Skull necklace. Is it them? You could cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in. And if you do not want to see me again, I would understand. I would understand. I don't remember the rest. You haven't checked everywhere yet? I'll check you. Fucking get fucked. I'll walk up to you and I'll go like, hey, you alright? I also need to find the place to get more mana.
You see that little man? The light on the lighthouse has been reignited. Check out the beam of light that sweeps out now, shining through the night's darkness. Seeing that brave beam fighting the gloom has made me so happy. I just feel like giving somebody a present. So here, I'm giving this to you, little man.
Oh. Thanks.
Now Windfall is going to be even more lively than before. Hooray for everything. Yes.
I don't know why that's the vibe I'm going today. Apparently I never did that. Good thing you came back here? Yeah. I didn't know I could get up there. Is it the bomb shop guy? No? Oh. Not this guy. He's not talking about being spooked. Not this guy, because he's not talking about being spooked.
And how do I look today? He always shows off his pictures of me as soon as he's taken them.
Huh? Oh, Mila and Maggie returned unharmed. It sounds as though they went through quite the ordeal, but they're safe now. Welcome. Well, my years we've had this conversation. Alright, I don't know where to go. Help me out, Quack. Go back. It's that guy? Huh? Why didn't he say anything in relation to him being afraid? Skull necklace! Gotta bump into the table. Skull necklace! Man, I would have never got that. That would have took me hours. Took. Take. Taken. Tooken. Talc. That would have talc hours. Shut the fuck up! Okay, we're good. It's fine. Oh, sorry, my bad, my guy, my dude, my pal, my buddy, my pal, okay.
Oh, now this is a finely snapped pictograph indeed. Clearly this individual must be the town's most timid of denizens. Fear is his constant companion. Yes, I cannot complain, young sir. You have passed in the most admirable manner. Say, is it me, or is this chap quite the striking individual? Oh, very good, young sir. And this means you have passed my second test. I shall promptly take this pictograph from you and use it most efficiently. And my very good next is, at long last, my final command. Open your heart and mind and listen to what I say. Somewhere in this town is a couple, a man and a woman, whose hearts are secretly filled with thoughts of the other, and yet for reasons unknown the two have never spoken. Even when they happen, by chance, to pass each other on the road, they each steal a brief, furtive glance of the other, but they suppress the longing in their hearts. I cannot let this tragedy go on any longer. For the sake of the town and my own desires, I get hard based on the enjoyment of others. I'm a voyeur. To help these two poor souls, I shall become Cupid, an archer of love. I think it's actually cucked. I think voyeur is like being watched. I think cucked is when you like other people. It doesn't matter. These two are timid burglars in the house of love, and you must capture a pictograph of them, thinking their furtive thoughts. Yes, young Master Sploink. If and when, God hope, you manage to complete this third task, then you shall be my number one people. Oh, does that not excite you? Good luck to you, young sir.
So anyways, it's this lady right here. Oh. Not lady, this person. He said woman. But I choose to believe that this person is non-binary. Probably not this angle. I probably got to get like a side angle maybe. Maybe like right here. I don't think I said anything weird, Crack. Anything out of character? Hey, Royal, how you doing? Was that it? Was that supposed to be it? No? Is it not this person? Follow him? Oh, it's this person. That's sad. I was hoping it'd be the other person. That's sad. I wanted it to be this person. This person's so sad all the time. Pesky little brat. Nobody understands how I feel. Do you hear me? Nobody. Not you. Nobody. Wait. Are you trying to tell me that you do understand how I feel? Completely. Oh, really? How about a little test to see if you really do? I want you to take a pictograph of the first perfectly round pale thing you can think of and show it to me. If you show me something that's exactly the same as my favorite thing, then you win. And I'll acknowledge that you understand my inner workings of my heart and mind. It's quite simple riddle, isn't it? Quickly now, bring that pictograph. Perfectly round. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Hey, Dumpling, how are you? How is work? One thing at a time.
Excuse me? Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy?
Mommy?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Mommy?
Mommy?
Sorry.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't want to talk to you. I'm sorry. Master? Master? Shh!
Oh, now this is a finely snapped pictograph indeed. I had no idea these two would get along so splendidly. You can see the love there, hidden, thriving. Even I, who have lived in this town for so many long years, did not realize the slightest extent of the passion. You did well, Sploink. Oh, I shall promptly take this pictograph from you and use it most efficiently. Now then, my young sir, you have completed all the tasks I set out for you. My doubts there about you have all been cleared up. I shall hereby be proud to call you my assistant, Sploink. And no assistant of mine will be seen going around taking pictographs and monochrome. Not in a million years. So here, allow me to present you with this pictobox.
The Lux Pictobox, a gift from Lenzo, commemorating you becoming his assistant. I feel like that's okay. It can take colored pictographs.
Until now, you could only take black and white pictographs, but now you can take colored pictographs, allowing you to show the world as it was meant to be seen. Now, go out there and snap pictographs. Snap them in color for me for all the years I spent unable to do so. Fulfill my life's ambition. Go for it, Sploink.
When I was little, I used to think because of black and white movies and stuff, I used to think that every single car and every single article of clothing and everything was in black and white, like in grayscale. I didn't realize that things had color. I thought that everything was grayscale. So every single car, there are no red cars. Red cars didn't exist. I thought they were just grayscale. Now, like, you would think that this would extend to, like, further, right? Where I would think that, like, all of humanity would be in grayscale, you know? Like, we didn't discover color until a certain time. But no. Like, I knew that people had, like, skin tones and stuff. You know, I knew that the grass was green or the sky was blue. Like, I knew that stuff. But I just figured, like, all clothing or all paint, like, everything like that, anything that's, like, man-made, I thought that it was all just grayscale. I didn't realize that we, like, had color during that time when I was little. So anyways, didn't do much, but also I did so much. I almost got asked to come in tomorrow, but that would mean I was in 5 days a week, and I'm already working public holidays, so that's 60 PH with PH. Per hour? Per hour. So you're not going in tomorrow? Also, I was told to look in the Discord, so I'm gonna look in the Discord. All right. We got that. We did the photo. We got the pic. Okay, what now, Quack? We got the pic, the colored thing. What now? Where are we going? Can't even tell them to delete their channel. That's exactly what I was gonna go do. You can't just cut out the LMNO. I love that the VOD watchers don't have context. Take a picture of the orange lady. Of her? Would you kids like a skull necklace? Okay. Do I bring it to who's its name? Hey, man. Would you like a skull necklace? Hey, man, would you like this pictograph? Oh, hey, I guess it just, yeah, he is just me. Oh, a pictograph, eh, buddy? Ah, this girl. Actually, buddy, this is the girl I've had my eye on lately. Wow. She really is that pretty. I mean, just seeing this picture, this pictograph, reminds me of how gorgeous that girl is. But no, I'll never be happy with just a mere pictograph. Never! That's it! I've made my decision. I'm gonna get that girl to go out with me! It's gotta be done, buddy! I've got it. Maybe I'll invite her to join me at the cafe bar. For coffee, of course, for coffee. It's coffee. So what's her name? Anyway, do you think she's nice? Does she have a steady fellow? I thought that said, does she have a steady flow? God damn. Oh, I'm so nervous. I was like, what the fuck? That's why I stumbled when I read it. What? Kids. Children. Okay, I cannot give her the photo. I gotta say, even for 2002 graphics, this is still pretty bad. You think this is bad? I really like the way this game looks. This is 2011. This is the remake. I really like the graphics of this game. I think the art is, like, honestly, like... I'm still there. Honestly, like, the art is, like, the one thing that I praise without any flaw. Right here. Does that have to be nighttime? I think it has to be, I think it has to be nighttime. Like, I love the music. The ocean music is repetitive. I think the combat's pretty good. It's too easy. Like, you know, like, every single thing that I have is, like... A lot of the compliments I have for this game, not every single one, but a lot of the compliments that I have for this game, like, there's an underlying flaw with it, you know? Like, but, like, with the art, I really like it. My browser was also buffering, making it more grainy. Oh, okay. If you go to the VOD channel, !VODs, you can see what it looks like with a higher bit rate. I feel lied to and betrayed. one more night. What? I do prefer the original. The HD is a bit too bloomy for me, in context of the cell shading style, but that's just personal taste. I get you. That's fine, Selman. Nothing wrong with Wizard 101. Oh, you're allowed to have an opinion, dog. Don't worry about it. You're all good, homie. Think I gotta talk to her first? Ahem. I've had something on my mind ever since the pictographer who lives in the red brick building told me my fortune. He told me that if I send a beautiful pictograph of myself to the one who has captured my heart, then true love will blossom in return. So I couldn't help but notice. You have a pictograph of your own, don't you? Do you think that you could take a pictograph of me to the apple of my eye? Maybe he'll notice. Leave it to me. I guess I was supposed to talk to her first. I want to show off this outfit, so don't take a pictograph of my face. Can you be sure to get my whole outfit? Where is myself? There you are. Yo, homie. Would you like to have the conversation we already had again? Oh, that's you. I don't want to show you. Oh, that's nice, buddy. He'll come to me. Now we wait again. Why did that photo say good on it? Good. I guess that's for the 100% for getting all the photos. I like that all of these children, every single one of these kids, right? They just walk like this. But then the leader of them walks completely differently. He walks like this. He's the only one that walks like that. They had to go through and make a special animation for this kid so that he could walk like that. You talk to Ivan? I don't know who Ivan is. Summon, what's your favorite game? Bzz, plural. Hey, yeah, you're the coolest, bud, yeah, hey. Oh. Yeah. He's doing the, you know what he's doing? Fuck. He's doing this. This is why I can't watch videos on stream, because this happens. All right, we're good. Question for chat. I asked you a question. What's your favorite game, Selman? Games, plural. Another photo quest involves the young woman in the orange dress. Talk to her, and she will ask you to take a picture of herself and show it to the gentleman in green who looked at her. He walks in circles around the island. The next day, after you have shown him the picture, go to the coffee shop. The couple will be there and reward you with a piece of art. I gotta wait for him to come talk to her again. He's right there. Oh. Eat shit. That's it. I've made up my mind. First, I'm gonna ask her out for coffee, and then if things are going right, I'm going to profess my love to her. I just can't settle down. I'm so nervous. I mean, when am I supposed to invite her out, buddy? Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm good. Wizard 101, Fable 3, never played it. Skyrim, the original 4 Assassin's Creed games, banger. My favorite frozen pizza is probably honestly, I like them all. Because of how I do my own frozen pizzas and cook them and stuff. We're not gonna get into that. But probably my favorite is DiGiorno because they have the puffy crust. Hey guys. Hey, it's you! Listen to this, will you? I did it! I worked on my courage and I talked to her and it was totally the right move. You know why, buddy? She likes me. She actually likes me.
The two of us are going to start dating. I'm so happy. That's why I want to share some of our happiness with you. I cut out a piece of my heart and gave it to you. Take good care.
You like the rectangle? I'm not a big fan of the rectangle cut pizza. Like, obviously, still eat the fuck out of it. I love all pizza. But, I definitely prefer the triangle cut over the rectangle cut. Personally. Now take a pic of Pump Lady and show it to herself. First off, Pump Person. Okay, as we've addressed. This is a non-binary person. Thank you very much. Can I take a picture of her? Or she has an apron. Oh, I thought you were talking about this person. I don't know, man. Look at her hair. Look at their hair. Tell me these aren't both pompadours, because that's a pompadour. Alright? Alright? Look at... Is it? I guess not. Look at, look, first off, my hair, the me guy hair was also a pomp. This is like a small pomp, alright? Okay, like, we can go down the list, alright? There's like 3 haircuts here, okay? There's 3 haircuts, and also Vera. Boom. I got a photo of you.
Well, is this how I look today? I had no idea that the gloss on my skin was so perfect. Just look at me. I'm so stunning. I feel so wonderful now. Yes. I have to reward you for making me feel so good about myself.
Here! Thank you.
My son picked it up somewhere, and I would imagine you like this sort of thing, correct? My son likes it, so you must too.
So I gave it away. So I took it away from him and I gave it to you. I'm a cunt. Yeah, that's right. I'm a cunt. Sorry, I got a little aggressive there. Triangle cut is classic, but there's something about rectangle that just hits different. It's like the economy grade party snack. Oh, it's still fucking amazing. Don't get me wrong. I just prefer triangle. How do you... Okay, follow up. How do you eat pizza? Like, when you eat the pizza, do you just, like... What is your method for... Like, a triangle pizza. What is your method for holding and eating the pizza? What's your process? do it. Do it. Long live the king. Sorry, what? Go in the gondola? What's the gondola? What is a gondola? Who are you? Help? Do you mean the Ferris wheel? Because a gondola is like a thing that sits out in in the yard, and it has like the top, you know, it's like the open sides, and it has the benches in it sometimes, and then you got the top. That's what a gondola is, right?
Yep.
I start from tip and work to the crust. So you just full on like linearly go from one side to the other. Gotcha. You don't like the crust? Wrong? What? You haven't answered my. What am I doing here? You're right. That's a gazebo. I get some sick kicks out of using a knife and fork. Not gonna lie, but it's gonna be one of them fancy wood fire ones. Everyday pizza, hold the crust, bite the tip, fold the crust, and then eat the rest side on, calzone style. I appreciate that. I respect that. Hop onto the second floor door where the pictograph shop is. Second floor door where the pictograph shop is.
Yep. Yep.
I see it. A dry crust is no bueno. Come on. I don't know if you're seeing these emotes, Shrikequill, but your sub has ran out. I can't see him. It bothers me that this chest is a different color than the other chest. It's all afraid today.
Allow me to think. Yes. I first started searching for pictographs that recorded true beauty 10 years ago.
How interesting.
Oh? Who's there? What are you doing here? Are you trying to give me a heart attack?
Could you imagine? I mean, it's happened. Like, you're sitting there having a private conversation, and someone you're having this private conversation completely to yourself in your own home, alone, and somebody sneaks in and goes, and then walks out. Like, could you? I would explode. Like. Can't do it. Is it because they seen me?
anyways,
So anyways, you know the brick building at the top of the stairs? Well, there's such a gentleman who lives there, has such class. Oh, I know. And mysterious pictographer is Linzo. So dreamy. Makes my heart go a-flutter. Oh, but do you not think the rumors could be true? Is he actually devoted to someone special? He just seems too serious about his work to involve with somebody else. The lucky lady. Who could she be? I wish someone would take a pictograph of the two of them together so we could see if the rumors are true. That'd be to die for. Oh, this is the pictographer Lenzo and the photograph-loving lady. Oh, I guess we're completely wrong about Lenzo having a girlfriend. It looks as though they're just old friends who happen to share the same hobby. Thanks for setting us straight, young man. We should really stop spreading idle gossip like that. You've taught us the error of our ways. And to thank you, we're going to give you something nice. Take out your hand. Have a hard candy.
Well, thank you.
My naughty little boy found this somewhere. I'm sure you'll like it. So I took it away from him and gave it to you. That's right. I'm also a cunt.
Controller skipping, see that? Look at that. He's skipping. Ooh. 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 Is it this too? Yeah. Okay. Oh, hi. So anyways, something pale and orbular. Push-ups at the end. Man, you bother me all straight. Also, I still have bod paused in my ears. Okay, is it on this island? Perfectly round, pale thing. Perfectly round, pale thing. Did I get it right? No. Perfectly round. Pale thing. Somewhere on the island. Perfectly round. Pale thing. Did I get it right? No. Did you get to choose? Nope. Nope, I haven't. But it's on the to-do. I would like a hint. Did I get it right? You can find it on any island. No. Did I get it right? No. Oh. Not a pot. Did I get it right? Wait! Wait. First try. Moon. Moon, where are you? Moon. Oh, right above me. Okay, but it needs to be perfectly round. So I need it to be the full schmoon. Needs to be the full schmoon. Full ass schmoon. Just a full ass big ass schmoon. So it's crescent, so that should have been... I don't know if they do halves in this game. Either right now or it'll be in another. Two, I think. Moon? No. I think I might have passed it. I don't know. I don't know how moon phases work. I'm not in astrology. One more. See, I'm telling you. One of these could be for the next day, and the other could be for the next night. It could be separate things, and it would work great. Flash moon. What are you talking about? All right. So usually, the Song of Passing is right, left, down, right? Boom, boom, and then down, right? Now what I'm thinking is right, left, down is for next night. Right, left, up is for next day. Have them be separate things and make it so that you can skip time faster.
That's right. That certainly is a pictograph I'm looking for. The correct answer is exactly what you've showed me, the full moon. Unrequited love may have twisted me up inside, but I can still find peace when I gaze at the timeless moon in all of her phases. I particularly love gazing at the full moon. I now caused you a lot of trouble, but thanks. I want you to have this for all your efforts. Just a little reward.
Oh boy. We'll just have an option to choose to switch to a night or a day when you play the song. Shh.
This supposedly has a spot on it that marks where some sunken treasure lies. I don't have a boat, so I can't leave this island. So go look for it. Tonight I will be asking in the night sky to help me find the treasure. So
Alright, where to now, Captain Quack?
why I oughta.
Why I oughta. Ghost ship time? Why did I get the rainbow fly? Where to, Chief? Oh, Cap'n, my Cap'n. You're the navigator. You're the Nami. I'm the captain. Or knight. Oh. Go. Check the moon. Map. Ghost ship. It's that diamond. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Beep-a-dee-dee-dee-dee. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. You can go anywhere. A place to go. I don't remember the name. It's all the way down there. Okay. God Gamer knows all the songs from the top of my dome. God Gamer, get everything right the first try because I'm a massive cranium. Huge! It's huge! It's giant, wrinkly brain! You go that way. That way. I got you. Oh, hang on, hang on.
I know who I am. The moonlight lake told me this is who you are. My vision's so long, my nails are sharp on the lights. That is me. I wonder what.
Hey, Jamie, how you doing? Jamie, also known as Poppy Eric. Good, how are you? I'm doing swell. Fine, Dan. A little tired of this game's bullshit, but otherwise good. Boat. 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 So does it have something to do with the fly? Shut up. No? Okay. I don't know why we got that. Maybe I attack it. You know, maybe I shoot it. No? Maybe I take a picture of it in full HD color. No? Wait, that's a spear. Oh. Hey guys. How you guys doing? Hang on. Hang on, time out. Time out, hang on. Hang on, time out. Is there, more thingies on the wall? No. Okay. Up. Boop. Boop. Oh. Boop. Sir? There is just too much happening. Oh. I'm fine. I only lost majority of my health. It's fine. You can only interact with it if it's on a specific island during a specific moon phase. Okay. Was it hints of that anywhere, or you just gotta... It's just a trial and error thing? It does? Where? 'Cause I never seen that. The smash fish? Oh, maybe I just forgot. It's a long game. I've been playing it for multiple days. I forget things. Nice. Oh. Alright, ghost fish done. Ghost fish? Ghost ship done. What's next on the to-do, Navigator Quack? Nabaquack. Back to Windfall? Okay. Back to Windfall. Become part of the crew whether you want to or not. Part of the crew, part of the ship. Part of the crew, part of the ship. Part of the crew, part of the ship. I seen a video that was talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, and how weirdly back in like 2008 or whenever the fuck that movie came out, we mastered CGI with Davy Jones' tentacles. And I seen it, and I read the title, and I looked at the thumbnail, and then I didn't click the video. So this is the end of the story. You're welcome. I hope you appreciated this story. I hope you had a good time. I hope that this was riveting. I hope this is a riveting tale. I hope. Am I bringing up? What am I doing? Thanks. No problem. Anytime. Do I give this guy a pictograph? Top floor? Okay. Got stuck on the desk. Of the rich guy. Oh, you fucking got me. You fucking got me. I walked all the way up the stairs, and you were like, debated. Debate, you straight up said, oh shit, I'm not tapped into that computer. Please don't break, thank you. You straight up, you said that.
You got debated. You got debated. You got debated. Debated.
You there, Bolt? Oh, you're just some wretched street urchin. I thought you were the postman. Be thankful, because if you were the postman, I would have shooed you out before you could even say boo. But say, you look rather familiar for a street urchin. Perhaps we met somewhere before. Yes. What? Whatever do you mean? You don't mean my daughter, do you? Because my daughter has already been rescued from the Forsaken Fortress. Why, she even returned with a huge load of lovely, glittering, delicious treasure. Thanks to her little incident, we've become filthy rich overnight. And I mean filthy. Why, there isn't a girl in the world who's as good of a child as my Maggie. You may not have been able to help me, but there's no harm done. I'm sure you'll accomplish something in life someday. In the meantime, my daughter has blossomed into quite a little beauty. Run along, go spend some time with her.
Gross. Hey, man. I don't remember her voice. It was actually it was about 30 hours ago on the dot at this point, since I did her voice the first time. Oh, to think this is perfect. This is the perfect voice. This is exactly fitting.
Oh, to think that I would survive my ordeal and return to this town. Oh, and to think that I would ever be able to live in such a beautiful, opulent house. Oh, it's like a dream come true. But no, it's a nightmare without him by my side. It's like a rainstorm rages in my heart. He was so kind to me in that Forsaken Fortress, that sweet boy who gave me all those expensive necklaces when I fled from the cursed isle. Just hearing his name lifted my spirits. Oh, the wonderful Marvelin from the Forsaken Fortress. Oh, I'm always writing heartfelt letters filled with my overflowing emotions. But why don't you answer me, Mo? Oh, this is bad. Oh,
Wow. Wow, Quack. Describing the moblins as beasts. They are goblin-esque creatures, okay? They are people. Hashtag moblins are people, too.
this is bad. Oh, terribly bad. I've already drifted into my own dream world. Oh, by the way, I have a request for you. Could you take the letter I've just finished inking and deliver it to the post box for me? Please, I beg of you.
Sure.
What? Really? You're such a dear. You've made Maggie so happy.
All right.
The post box. Don't you dare forget, but you must promise not to read it. The secrets of this girl's heart are to be shared only when she desires.
Can they speak in this game? No. No, they can't, because Link is also a racist who kills them on the spot regardless of their loyalty to Ganon. And that's how war works, guys. That's how war works. We did the same thing to the Japanese during World War I and II. We did the same thing to Germany. Granted, they kind of did a lot to deserve it. But we did the same thing. They treated them as animals. Animals, I tell you, during war times. Okay, we're doing the same thing right now to people that we're at war with, that we aren't actually at war with officially, but we're like still fighting war. I don't know why I drew out of my boat. We're doing it right now. Okay, it's just how it is. It's how it goes. It's propaganda. It's okay, we're good. I think I got my point across. This post box is near Dragon Roost Island. Postage is only 5 rupees. You wish to send this now? Sure. Your parcel has hereby been accepted by our delivery. Thank you for using the island postal service. We appreciate your business. Do I have to wait a day, or do I go talk to her again? Okay. Up, up, wap, wap. Oh, I need to go up. Forget that you can't enter the residence from the bottom floor. Which you think would be accessible given the fact that it's a house? You know, whatever. Honestly, you just don't understand, do you? Open up your ears. Silence. I'm telling you, we don't allow postmen here. Be gone, be gone. Don't be ridiculous. I went through the great trials and tribulations to go all the way to Forsaken Fortress and return with Mo's letter. Silence, be good, be good. Then please, be reasonable. Can you at least sign for the letter? Silence, be good, be good. Go on, get. Acknowledge that I was here. Wait, no, it's sorry, it's acknowledge that I was here. Silence, be good, be good. Foolish one, man. Now you made me angry. I can't even look at you in the face any longer. I fear I might... I'm gonna commit a hate crime. I must go somewhere to cool my feathers. Well, what a wretched, unruly postman. I don't know anything about Mr. Mo in the Forsaken Fortress, and yet he always comes here bringing his letters. Mr. Mo think I'll let him lay a hand on my daughter. I want an older daughter from Megan. I don't care whose letter they are. They'll never reach her. My watch, yes, forsaken love, forsaken fortress, Romeo and Juliet. I'm gonna fuck a pig. Where'd he go? Homie. Homie. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Huh? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd he go? Homie? 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 My guy? My pal? My dude? My bud? My... Cafe. First guest cafe. Going cafe. Viva Lost Cafe. Viva Lost Cafe. Viva. Hey, I watched Elvis, by the way. Did I say that, Chad? I watched Elvis. It was okay. That's it. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry you had to witness me fly off the handle like that over at Mac's house. I'm most embarrassed. That man just... never mind. Tell you the truth, though. I came to deliver a letter addressed to Maggie from a bauble named Mo. But as you saw, a girl stubborn father won't permit me to give it to her. With a stubborn muttering old man. Refused to accept letters from a postman. Who's heard of such nonsense? I went to the great trouble to go all the way to the Forsaken Fortress, and it was the most frightening ordeal, let me tell you. I don't deliver his letter, then I'm a failure to the delivery train. But I have other deliveries waiting to be made. I cannot mope forever. Actually, though, I have no idea that old fool may not permit... Well, I have no idea. That old fool may not permit postmen on his premises, but surely he would allow you to go in the place, would he not? Could you deliver his letter to Maggie in my stead? What do you say? Yeah, sure. Honestly, you young man are a lifesaver. It truly never hurts to ask. I shall leave this letter in your care. Okay. This letter's got a little bit of a stank on it. I'm counting on you to put this in Maggie's hands, and I thank you. Alright, don't drink too much coffee. Drinking and flying is very dangerous. Yep. Don't want to crash into the Koopa Tower. You can write confirmed. Now, we don't know that. I'm in the pit. The pit. Mo wiped it in his ass like a credit card. I wish I was Mo. I don't think I can read it. Yeah, nah. Whoops. What? There's a chest down there.
Was that? Well, could it be the letter from Mo that I saw in my dreams? Let me read it. This is Mo. I like you, Maggie, so much that I want to eat you for dinner. Did you hear that? Those words. This means, it must mean, can it be? Oh, this is a marriage proposal. Oh, it must be. Unless my feelings may have been conveyed to Mo, unless he understands how I feel.
A beast? No, because he knows how to write. That makes him not a beast. He knows how to write. It makes him not a human or a cannibal. But it makes him not a human because he wants to eat humans, but it shows intelligence. He's not a beast. You look at it, he can read, he can write, therefore he has intelligence, he has sentience, he is not a beast. That's not, he could write. If he could speak the common tongue, he is not a beast. He is a living, breathing, thinking being with sentience and intelligence, just like octopuses, which is why we should stop eating them.
True, I didn't read the rest of it. Oh, completely slipped my mind. I must thank you for the role in this. To commemorate my anniversary of true love, I'll give you this.
Everybody keeps cutting their heart in pieces and give me parts of them.
Treasure as always.
Hey, Daddy-o, your daughter's in love with a pig guy. What do you need, little Russian? All right, bye. It always turns me on, Drew. Can you use this when we play Baldur's Gate? Yeah, sure. I like that I don't have to pay for the vases anymore. Alright, I think we got time for one more thing. Take it away, Navigator Quack. Be my Nami. Go back up and show him your skull necklaces. Could have used that a minute ago. I got 55 of these things? Hey, homie. This is one of those skull necklaces that my daughter Maggie has brought back from the Forsaken Fortress. These sell quite well at antique shops. In fact, it was thanks to these beauties that I became so filthy rich overnight. Eh? From the looks of it, I'd say that you have about 20 of these, don't you? These aren't easy to come by either. Frankly, I'm amazed that you found so many. I'll be billion money yet again. The money best, the only best that gets you filthy, filthy rich. All right, boy. I'll give you this as a tip. No, I'm not thinking you're nothing. I'm just feeling good today. Cool. I was quite poor myself, you know. Back then I used to dream of owning a boat that I could use to go off in search of treasure. And now look at my filthy richness. Chase your dreams, little urchin. He kind of looks like Miyamoto. Because he's old. Anyways, where to next? That was short. Give me one more. Give him more necklace. He does something. Fucking what the? You need to speak faster. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. Stop moving. Rude. You bring me more? It looks like they're a bit warm. That's a good sign. It shows personality, and antique shops love that. Don't worry, my little gutter orphan. I shall take them all off your hands. I'd hate for you to come all this way for nothing. Here's your tip, 60 rupees. Keep picking him up, little urchin. Alright. Okay. After this, go to the auction house. In. Hey now, here again. So tell me, would you like to participate in the auction?
Really? Dear me, really? Now that you're completely fine with me not explaining the auction. Yes, best speed things up, making the auction immediately. Yum, 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 yum. Yes, let me thank you all for bargain loving people for joining us this evening. Dear me, what a turnout. The auction is about to begin, yes. What do you suppose will pop up as our item of the evening? Dear me, I'm so excited. I can't stop sniffling. The calm before the auction storm always makes my nose run. Let's get to it. This evening our glorious auction item is this. A fabulous treasure chart. Oh dear, what a prize. Alas, the suspense is over. Don't drama aside. You should know it is extremely rare to even get a chance to own a fabulous item like this. It is precious, quite dear, very valuable. Please listen well, for I do not lie. Let the auction begin. The bidding at 5. Begin!
Yep. Good for you, Gummy. Fuck you, Pompey. Man, yeah, his name is Go Sack. That's wild. Linda. Patience prevails. Time's running out, dear friends. I started going through the Beatles discography. I wanted to hear the Beatles because I've never really understood. Like I've heard songs every like here and now, you know, like I've heard, but like I never really understood like the hype behind the Beatles. So I went through and I started listening to the Beatles, and they did like a weird thing with the mastering on the versions that I was listening to, where it was like very like left or right dependent. Like somebody was fucking talking in my left ear and then the music was happening in the right, and it bothered me so intensely while I was trying to write that I couldn't keep listening to them. Regardless, I made it through two of the albums, and it was basically an experience of hearing the songs that like I've already heard, because like they've been around the bend, right? And being like, I like these songs. And then every single other song that played, I was like, yeah, this is mid or bad. That was my experience listening to the Beatles. So then I listened to a bunch of Rolling Stones. That was a good time. I will bet 333.
What's with this kid? How much of an allowance does he get, I wonder?
That was my experience listening to the Beatles too. Yeah.
Tonight's fabulous treasure chart goes to Sploink for the price of 333 rupees. Dear me. Let me just say congratulations.
Noise.
My dear, how incredible that such a youngster walked away with the prize. I've never seen a fat wallet. That kid was bidding up a straw machine at the end. But now on to business. For you lucky ones out there, and yes, also for you not so lucky ones, let me say thank you for your participation. I must bring tonight's auction to an end. Dear me, such excitement. Dear people, thank you very much.
Yoink. Okay. Bop, 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 bop. Gotta open all our charts now, so that they show up on our map. When we're boating around. Whoops. Okay, so what do we need? Which ones do we need right now? Oh, that confused me. We need 13. We need 16 and 17. We need 19. We need 21. We need 26, 27, and 28. We need 32. And we need from 40 to 49. We're still missing a lot. Well, that's going to be it for tonight. The Collect-a-thon will continue for at least one more part. And then, if we, like, finish the Collect-a-thon, early into the stream, we're just gonna cut Wind Waker short. I'm not gonna do any, like, main story progress until we're finished with all the collecting. 2 or 3 more streams for the collecting or for in general, because I'm thinking 3 streams in general. But yeah, that'll be that for today. Just more collecting. If you're watching the VOD, thanks for watching. I love you. Mwah!